Western media have been headlining some eye-opening claims that President Putin has admitted aiding the Syrian army in its fight.
The situation in Ukraine continues to escalate. We now see violence in the cities of eastern Ukraine.
In what is being called a crushing defeat, Ukrainian soldiers are pulling back and surrendering a key town in the country's...
Canadian Special Forces have come under fire again in Iraq, not once but twice in the past week alone.
A senior defense official confirms to Fox News that 5 Chinese Navy ships have been spotted in the Bering Sea.
NATO on Wednesday said it has intercepted up to 19 Russian aircraft encroaching on European airspace.
The 28 countries with forces in the Gulf area have exhausted all reasonable efforts to reach a peaceful resolution.
We're going to dump out of that piece by Gary Shepard at the moment and go back to him live on the telephone, for he has an up-to-date report. Gary.
Peter, I am looking directly west from our hotel now, and throughout the entire sky there are flashes of light. It appears to be some sort of anti-aircraft fire, a couple of flashes on the horizon now. Something is definitely underway here. Something is going on.
The Project Reality Tournament is making its 11th appearance, and it brings with it an exciting new set of features. Following the overwhelmingly positive reception of the previous campaign, CE11 will bring the same great teamwork and organized fun to the Project Reality community. The Project Reality Tournament is for any PR player with a mic willing to take time out of their week to play some PR. That's it, that's all you need. No clan membership, no military experience. If you have a good head on your shoulders, and you can play PR without disrupting gameplay, then all you have to do is sign up. If you aren't sure you'll be able to make enough time for the tournament, sign up as a reserve. As a reserve, you show up whenever you can, and if there's a spot that needs filling in your squad, you play. If it turns out you are meeting your team and squad leader's requirements for activity and there is room for you, your squad leader has the ability to bring you into the squad as a regular soldier. Now that the basics are out of the way, let me tell you about some of the features of Campaign 11. The most obvious for returning vets is the new teams. The Pacific Defense Initiative is at war with the Mediterranean Response Force. Here you can see the factions assigned to each team. Vets will again note that the teams are not restricted to Op4 versus Blue4, as they have been in the past. The PRT Task Force really put their heads together this offseason and created a balanced system taking all the goods from previous campaigns while minimizing the bad. The main faction you don't see in this list is the Russian forces, but don't worry, they are just as big a part of the campaign as always. The Russians do not take a side in these fictional alliances and only fight for their own interests. So when does your team get to play as the Russians? Simple. Whichever team does not have the faction opposing the Russians in their roster will play as the Russians. This also applies to the militia faction. This year, the campaign is broken down into 9 operations, at least 5 of which will be played, each operation consisting of 2 battles. The team who won the prep battles will select the first operation. The other team then chooses the first battle in that operation. Selection of the operation alternates between teams from then on. A team will get battle points for every battle that they win. The winning team will get a bonus if they win both battles within an operation. The point system is shown in more detail here. As you can see, the last 2 operations are weighted heavier in points. This is to increase the possibility of a comeback and keep both teams on their toes throughout the campaign. The first team to reach or pass 15 points is declared the winner. Campaign 10 offered a campaign board that helped illustrate how each team was doing in the campaign. For C11, this has been improved upon to give us the status page. This page will break down the operations and who earned points on which battle, complete with a nice, clean look and feel. The PR team added another useful tool for the tacticians this year, an interactive map page that shows all the maps in PR and the assets associated with each layer. As you can see, it is all very accessible and gives all the information you'll ever need. The maps also have a very high resolution, allowing you to plan your tactics down to the meter. This footage shows an old version and has had some features added since recording. I hope this video has made you excited for the new Project Reality Tournament, and I hope you consider signing up and seeing what all the fuss is about. Believe me, you will not be disappointed by the experiences the BRT brings. You will make friendships that last as long as you play PR, and when the campaign is over, you will wear your ribbons and badges with pride. So if you're wanting the most out of your PR experience, follow these links to get started. The FAQ will cover everything I said here in more detail, as well as any other questions you likely have. If you're left with any unanswered questions, you can leave a comment, contact me on the forums or YouTube, or head over to the PRT forums and an admin will gladly help you out. Thank you all for watching. I will see you guys next time.